Hi, my name is Daliah Saper of Saper Law. I'm here with Micaela Brown, fabulous Chicago celebrity, but I'll let her tell us what she does. Micaela, what is your day job?
All right, my day job is twofold. I work for the Chicago Sun-Times. I am in digital interactive advertising, and I handle national accounts on the East Coast. My true passion with them, even though I am passionate about advertising, my true passion with them is showcasing minority entrepreneurs in Chicago.
So tell us a little bit about the history of the Minority Report and how you became the host of one of the most interesting, I guess, like micro video blogs in Chicago.
That is so, well, thanks for the compliment. This concept came to me about 2 years ago. I started at the Sun-Times. I had no advertising experience whatsoever. So when I got there, I was like, all right, I need to call anyone that I know in my network that currently is in this field to figure out how I can grow my desk. So in the process of me building these great relationships with folks in ad agencies on the client level, I learned that we really didn't have a product that catered towards the multicultural audience. And that was where a lot of the advertising dollars were going. So I thought to myself, all right, how can I set myself apart from my team members, generate another stream of revenue, and build relationships with these advertisers that we normally don't work with? I came up with a video concept. Minority-owned entrepreneurs are pillars in the community. I feel like without them, our city would be nothing. Their stories are stories that are constantly never told. Why not showcase it using the Sun-Times platform to show their voice and also give the brands an avenue to target that audience?
So who was the first person you interviewed and how did you choose him or her?
All right, so my first person that I interviewed, I love talking about her. Her name is Ginger Birkenbuell. She was part of the concept before I started it. So I needed proof to show our executive team that this is a concept that will work. So I called Ginger, who was introduced to me by a mutual friend, and I said, Ginger, I have this concept for the show. Will you please be my first guest so that I can demo the show and bring it to certain leadership teams and certain advertisers to see if I can get sponsors? So she backed me up, even though this could have just been an idea that would fall by the wayside. She owns this really awesome creative design company, works with all these great nonprofits in Chicago. And she said yes. And she has been our highest viewed video, aside from you, since then.
So how do you go about preparing for these interviews and seeking out your subjects?
That's a good question. How do I go about preparing for the interviews? I get really nervous. Sometimes I may have to consume an alcoholic beverage. I do tons of research on their background, but I don't do it too far in advance. I feel like the conversations that I have with each person needs to be a little bit more organic as opposed to something that's rehearsed. So I'll do some, initial research on their background, but a lot of the interview just kind of takes place like what we're doing right now. And then that's it.
Well, what have you found out by interviewing all these different business owners? Is there a common thread or of a piece of advice that business owners watching this video could take from your experiences interviewing business owners?
That's a good question. There are definitely some common threads. One of the main common threads is always put money aside from yourself. There are tons of people that are making money throughout their businesses, and they always reinvest it. They never take the time to set aside for themselves. So Ginger actually said, for every dollar you make for your company, put aside $1 for yourself. And another common thing is dreams do not become reality unless you put the work behind it. So you can dream all day long, but who cares about the dream unless you actually put forth the effort? So put all your fear aside and actually just try it out. If you fail, who cares? At least you can say that you tried.
So you're kind of an entrepreneur in many different ways. Aside from the show, you also have a passion for lip gloss, which is something you talk about all the time. What's going on with your lip gloss empire?
That is a really great question, and one that I don't even know if I want to talk about. So the lip gloss concept is one that I am really passionate about. It's in the startup phases. I have yet to see an attorney like yourself to get everything all narrowed down, so I don't know how much I want to share about it, but I will be putting out a lip gloss. I'm not going to give you all a definitive date on that.
All right.
I will be putting out a lip gloss soon. It will launch with 5 cool pillar colors, and a portion of every lip gloss sale will go to a good cause.
All right, so the final question really is, how do you balance it all? I know you've you've got the day job, you've got this amazing hosting job, and you probably have to find time for you and your friends. What does a day in the life of Micae Brown look like?
A day in the life of Micae Brown. I love to cook. So if I'm not figuring out what's going on with the show, making sure I meet and exceed my quota for my day job, I'm in the kitchen drinking tons of wine with my friends. I am a person that hates the gym but knows that I need to go to the gym if I want to stay on TV. So I work out with my trainer and we have a good time together. And other than that, I love exploring new restaurants in the city. That sounds kind of boring.
Oh, that sounds pretty good to me. Well, thank you for spending time with us today and talking a little bit about what you do. If you could describe yourself, apart from your job, in 5 words, like you made me do, what would those 5 words or so be?
If I can describe myself in 5 words, okay. Enthusiastic, driven, sometimes hard-headed, passionate, and funny as hell.
All right, I like it. Thanks, Micae.
Thank you.
So for more videos, blogs, and information relevant to you and your business, go to MeetAdvisors.com.